Hello, everyone. Greetings from the team Icefire. Let me start with a question. Do you all know what is the death zone? Do you have any idea? It is actually something that takes place when you do the high-altitude mountain climbing. You're lacking some of the oxygen. It is very difficult to breathe. Also, there is extreme requirements to your equipment because it cannot fail. And also, all the weather conditions, they are unpredictable and they can change fast. But now, let's take a step back. Isn't the banking quite the same? Meaning that the conditions change fast. The regulators are setting in place new requirements. Internally, it's an ever-changing IT landscape change. All the business units, they want new products. So you need to be able to cater all of these needs. And at the same time, if you don't move, your competition will. Meaning that from your banking platforms, you want to have the full capability to seamlessly configure new products and all the related attributes and characteristics. And then comes the next question. How do you make these new products available to your channels also immediately? And also, similarly to being on top of the mountain, you want to be as efficient as possible so that you can do the real-time transaction screening, you can have the real-time general ledger. So these are all the kind of keywords that the banks of tomorrow need. But luckily, close to the same journey, like when ascending to the top of the mountain, you need to enjoy the whole journey, not just about reaching the summit. And then we as Icefire, we have solved some of the most extreme banking, let's say, use cases. The use cases which have required maximum scalability core banking systems or ultimate lending products. So we have now consolidated this know-how into the banking as a service platform called Modularbank. And as the smart guys at the Harvard have said that what do you hire this product to do for you? Then the modular bank is for all of the use cases what you might need when you want to launch any of the retail or corporate banking use case. And now I'm handing over to my colleague Ove.
So, hi. As in every business, banking starts with defining what customer experience do you want to offer and what is your competitive edge. And how this is achieved in banking? Well, it's obviously through defining the products that you're offering to the customers and fine-tuning. But, well, you want to do it easily. You want to test out what is that the customer wants. Do I have any business in this segment? And therefore, you need to be able to do it without any IT involvement and easily test it. But also, you want to be able to configure your products enough so that you know that this is something that I can offer. You want to define different sorts of fees, penalties, how they are calculated, and so on. But also, what you want is to be able to define your products to the specific customer groups so that you already offer to them what they actually want and what is something that you can offer to them so that you have customer-based interest rates, customer-based fees, and other parameters. But also, what is important is that gaining new customers. How to campaign? Well, just by changing the existing products. So there isn't a need to introduce specific campaign products to make your product portfolio complex and unmanageable. Just use the same way that everything is versioned on behind and you know that these are the products that we are offering. But on the other hand, why stop only with scheduled loans or overdraft that are common products? Well, you can easily come up with new ones by combining them so that you can have, for example, mortgages that are complex enough that you have a mortgage with additional credit facility that is backed by the same collateral, to define these sorts of products so that to keep your customers intact with you instead of letting them borrow from other providers. But if your business is going well, then is the other part that how do you manage the customers, the contracts, so that, let's say you're having a very good customer who is using all of your current accounts, cards, and lending facilities, but say that they run out of money. Well, you can easily edit what is available there so that you can always help your customers in a way that change the schedules, change the fees that they are using. And why not, if your customer needs it, then give a bit of a payment holiday to them. And, well, this can be also done in one place and one point of entry, so that there isn't a need to, well, use any other tools for that. And also, well, if your customer is having problems, why not take extra collateral for your loans? Well, yeah, we all know that handling collaterals is hard, especially if you are talking about like collaterals that are stocks or bonds or even crypto assets that constantly change in this volatile market. Well, we have automated this part so that you'll always know that are your loans backed, which is your portfolio, and do you need extra collaterals, or do you need to communicate with the customer? And also, what we have learned is that keeping track of what happens, all of the financial movements on the contracts or on the current accounts, so that you have an all-inclusive view what is going on with each customer and each contract. And why this is good is that you can always revert it. For example, if for some reason you couldn't get the customer's loan payment, well, you can always revert the penalty that you accrued so that the customer won't be furious with you anymore. And also, it allows certain fine-tuning, like transaction monitoring over these events. But to keep the compliance and regulatory side happy, what we offer is a real-time general ledger, so that with all of these events, actual GNN entries are created on behind in real time, so that when your CFO looks at the balance sheet, well, they have an exact overview of your business at that exact time. So no need for any of backward-looking reporting, such as monthly reports.
So, and now, when summing it all up, how does fully digital and customer-centric banking operation sound to you? I think this is magnificent. You can have the stuff up and running within weeks, so that you can introduce the new business lines. Let it be like invisible banking use cases or crypto asset-backed lending. So this is all what we can do, and we thank you for the chance to present today.